Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you are doing well tonight. We're back for another Let's Talk About It. Tonight, we've got a very special guest, so we're going to have to be on our best behavior. But before we get into any of that, let's hit the credits. I hope that you all are having a great week this week. It's been a strange week, and if you can tell, I'm a little more red than I am usually tonight. I look like the Kool-Aid man, like just wrapped my arms. But anyways, the show must go on. So there is normally no show without a co-host. And speaking of my co-host, I'm going to go ahead and bring him in. Mr. Remy Q Studios. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing fantastic, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing fair to good.
I am sorry to hear about the sun attack that you got there.
If we were talking CGC grades, I am like a 4.0 right now.
I tell you, so I saw the IG picture. I don't know what you put on Facebook because unfortunately I have been ignoring Facebook for the better part of a year. But Angel said, "Oh, Chris really got burned," and I was like, "Yeah, apparently it's really bad." And I felt bad.
I didn't put anything on Facebook.
Oh well. Maybe she was looking at the IG picture then. I don't know.
She must have been.
I thought she was looking at Facebook.
Well, I try not to post much on Facebook because I've got prying parents that like troll Facebook looking for stuff on teachers. So I just leave Facebook alone when I'm posting stuff like that because I know that it would come back to bite me in the rear end.
A sunburn?
Look. I posted a picture one time long ago on Facebook at the beach with a tank top on, and I had a parent that got all bent out of shape because I was posting a picture in swimming trunks at the beach.
Yeah, I mean, I could understand if it was sunburnt tush with a thong on or something, but come on, you got some red shoulders there. Don't show us your shoulders. There's too much sleevelessness going on around here.
Speaking of which, I think we should go ahead and bring on our special guest. But before we do, a little teaser for who it's going to be.
Oh, I'm supposed to do the voices. Saber-tooth tiger.
Tyrannosaurus.
Other dinosaur. Big head, little arms.
It's morphin' time.
Yeah, there you go.
What up, boys?
There you go.
How you doing tonight, Berk?
I am doing all right. We are so close to the end of the school year, man. It's crazy. We're almost there. What up, Robert? How's it going?
Yeah, you and Chris both are in that boat. You're the two of you are getting ready for summer, and the rest of us are getting ready for the rest of our lives, per usual.
I don't know how you guys work 50 out of 52 weeks. It just sounds absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know how people do it. Right, Chris? Right?
Greatest part of being a teacher. Summer's off.
Nights, weekends, summer's off, holiday.
I think it depends on the class. You hope you always have a good class or a good set of students, I guess, per year. That would be my fear. I don't know if I could deal with children in that fashion all the time. So that may be the trade-off. Again, if you're lucky enough to get a good class or set of kids, then I guess that works. And I know that both of you do because I've heard wonders from both of you about your school bodies and stuff.
Today at school we had our 5th grade ceremony where our 5th graders were moving up to 6th grade to middle school. And I had to give out awards. And so I handed out my art award for the year. And the guy that I gave mine to walked right up to me. And I said, "Congratulations." And he just pats me as hard as he can on the back. And trying to hold it together in front of the entire student body's parents, your administration, and everything. That was That was not fun. Not fun at all. I was like, thanks.
That is
But
what do you usually wear? I mean, well, I think you've already said it before. You're an art teacher. What do you typically wear into school? I mean, is it
to school for me? My boss is fine with me wearing a t-shirt and blue jeans every day.
okay?
Oh my god!
That's like I said, an art teacher. It's you know.
I mean, my argument to her, because I justified it. Of course, I have to justify everything. But I told her, I said, why am I going to go out and buy expensive dress pants, dress shirts, ties?
Well, you get paint and stuff on it, and
when
glue,
I'm going to get
and yeah, that's
charcoal.
I get that.
Chalk.
Yeah.
And she
Now,
was
do you guys have the spare shirts that you give to the students so that they can put like a giant, you know, triple XL button up?
Yeah.
So okay. Just making sure that was still a thing.
all right,
so everybody, grab your shirts.
I wear a polo, never tuck it in, and I wear slacks with a pair of Vans every day.
Dangerous. The untucked polo.
Never tuck it in. That's what I, as an elective teacher, no one's going to say anything to me. So.
I got you.
Well, why don't we see who's in the chat before we get too far into this? That way they don't feel left out. Starting off the list, we've got Ruben Guzman, Cowabunga fan. Then we have Flash 6792, says he's ready for a great show. We've got Las Cruces. I'm still thinking that Las Cruces needs to be on this show.
I think I've said it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got the Godfather, Gary B. How's it going? Yeah, we've got the Blue Hellion. DJ Links, the mind behind the rap battle. Then we've got Jimmy Don Kerr, Small Town Collectibles.
What's
welcome.
going on? The Don.
The Don.
Yeah, go Cats. Just a different kind of cat.
We've got Slotted Up. How's it
Slotted
going,
up.
Jason? We've got Comic-Cade. Hope your internet's doing better tonight, brother, because it sure wasn't hitting on much the other night. Oh, we've got Chip Getler with a different colored logo.
Nice.
The pink shadow. The pink shadow.
Oh, I wish now I wish I had that video clip that Jeremy has, because
I should also have to send it to you. Yeah, that was hilarious when you put that as his name.
We've got Legion of Comics. We are Legion.
We are Legion.
We've got the rap god himself, Tyler.
Mr. Tyler.
Oh my goodness!
Did I miss Tyler? I must
do what?
I must have missed Tyler.
Uh-oh. My comments went away. Oh, there they are. Okay. That was close. We've got Marty.
What's up?
Electo.
He was the most recent Remy Q Studios winner.
I saw that.
Hilarious post on IG. Did you see that?
Yes.
He said even a middle-aged, overweight Canadian's dream can come true. Something. It's hilarious.
We've got Southern Comic Geek, who I believe did he just give away that X-Men, or is he giving it away?
Yes. Freaking JB won it, because JB wins everything.
Let's see. I'm trying to make sure that I don't. Oh, here we've got one of last night's panelists from Lame or Frame. Sean, how's it going? What it do, Pikachu?
Yep. Got Roscoe here.
Nick's Kicks.
Hey,
I'm still going down the page. We've got Geek Out with Roscoe. What's up, Roscoe? How's it going, brother? Don't want to miss anybody. Want everybody to feel welcome and at home in the Crazy House, even though I don't know that the Crazy House is a good place to feel at home at.
Sure it is.
So I hope I didn't miss anybody. I think, we've got Phil Ailing in the house.
I was going to say, Phil just joined in. How you doing, Phil?
So how's the week been going, guys? Been going well?
It has been. It's been going really good, actually.
End of the school year always goes well, right?
Dude, we're just watching movies. I'm just putting stuff away. I'm just trying to make it a Friday.
Okay. Speaking of movies, one of the last days of school, I used the Disney cartoon Mulan, and I tried showing it to kindergarten because there's a spot in it that uses a piece of artwork that was used in Asian culture that we had talked about in class. And would you know, I had 2 kindergartners that when their teacher got them, told them that I showed a movie with naked people in it. And what does she do? She calls the principal, and the principal calls me, and she's grilling me about it. And I'm going, I showed Mulan. I mean, there's a soldier that doesn't have a shirt on, but it's not really naked people. And she goes, all right, I'm just checking because that kind of struck me as odd. And I was like, all right. But
the old naked people in school bit.
I know.
I remember that.
You should have said it's art, okay? It's art.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of art is naked people.
It is. My sister
Well,
my sister took an art class in college where she had to draw a naked person.
yeah.
Yeah. Figure drawing.
Did
Very.
Did you have to do that?
They never pick good-looking people to be your models.
You don't want good-looking people, though. You want somebody that's got something weird going on there.
You gotta get the Batwang out there.
Yeah,
Okay?
you gotta.
Batman band, number 1. So, well,
Man.
You know what he likes to watch.
I think that comes up like once a week with him, doesn't it?
It does.
But yeah, it was an awful scenario because like I was afraid for like a whole day and a half that I was gonna have some mad parent down at the school because their kindergartner went home and said, my art teacher showed us naked people.
Showed us naked people.
Of course, the kindergartner that said it has got the attention span of like a taco. So I was gone for 5 minutes and they forgot about it.
No.
So new comic book day. I'm gonna be honest. I told Jeremy before we started this, I did not get any, and honestly, the only new comics that I've gotten this week, I bought 3 of the Walmart 3-pack, 4-packs, whatever, and that's all I've got to show tonight.
Are they going crazy again?
Do what?
Are the Walmart packs going crazy again?
Well, I see. That's the thing with the ones they're putting out now. Some of them are really good, and then some of them are just straight garbage.
Boo boo.
Yeah. So
I think that Star Wars book is going for a lot, isn't it? That Star Wars Walmart book.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait and show mine after. I know Berk's got new books, and
I do. They're right here.
Jeremy,
I have something different for show and tell that I was going to share today. But.
Okay. So I'm gonna, in the words of DJ Links, I'm going to biggest size Berk, and I'm gonna let him show his books.
All right. I'm going to post on IG about this as well, and I'll make a hashtag shorts later on my channel. Batman 109, the variant, pretty cool. Hopefully it's better than the last couple. James Tynion IV is kind of losing some people. Hopefully he brings me back to this issue.
What's been the disappointment with that so far?
It's not like a straight line story. It's like let's do all these other things.
So you're hoping it's going to all come together at some point.
Yeah. It's very much a Tom King-esque story where it's like this doesn't really connect to the previous issues. Like it does loosely. So I don't know. This one I'm hoping also gets better because honestly I was pretty disappointed in the Future State book of this. I thought it'd be better. And so far this has not really shown us a bunch. It's just given more of origin, which is fine, but they could have also just made it one issue versus several issues. So hopefully this is better. This is the next Batman Second Son #3, the variant. So if people don't know,
that looks awesome.
Jace Fox, or Tim Fox, is the next Batman, while his brother is Batwing. So there's that. So both of them are basically Batman at the same time. There's a whole thing on that. So
it's like the inception of Batman, a Batman inside of a Batman.
That
didn't sound right.
I'm pretty excited about this one, and kudos to Mark from Legion of Comics for saying I need to start grabbing this, and I'm glad I did because it crossed over with Teen Titans Academy, which Teen Titans Academy is really, really good. And
it has been really good.
Everyone knows I like the Titans. So this is Suicide Squad number 4. This is the variant of Red X. So I'm excited to read this. I haven't read anything today. I just honestly got home about 20 minutes before I got on here. Firepower number 12. There was a billion covers to get. I got this one. I thought it looked a little bit like Superman. I don't know. Jawline, hair. I just like the way it looked.
Superman. Ugh.
Oh, yeah, your favorite character. Your favorite character. And then I grabbed this book because I've been reading the last couple, and it's been pretty good. I wasn't planning on getting it because I need to start dropping other books. I need to start dropping books in general so I can. Anyways, Justice League 62. I think this is a variant. It is a variant cover. Oh my gosh, I paid $6 for this. A book that I wasn't even planning on getting. And then I got 2 books from the Comic Book Poser yesterday. Justice League 61.
Nice.
And Flash 770, the variant. I'm excited. I haven't read any of those. I haven't read anything. And then I have my variant sitting here for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah.
Shameless plug.
Whoops.
I don't know how that got there.
I got the wall next to me too. Whoa.
And that's it. That's my haul.
I'm just glad nobody called. I think Jeremy was the only one that called that I said it's like
Batman inside of Batman.
Batman inside of a Batman.
I got you.
That didn't sound.
Yeah, you
right.
got me mid gulp there with the Batman and the Batman thing. It wasn't even that bad until you said it, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, we're going there with this. We're gonna have one of those let's talk about it episodes.
Oh.
Buckle up, everybody. Papa's in the house.
Is that a Bud Light?
Unsponsored.
Yeah, nice. I don't have any beer in this house.
All right. So, is it my turn for show and tell?
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see what you got.
You've been biggest-sized. Oh, if you're having to blow dust off of it,
I grabbed one of multiple NES games.
Amazing.
So, you know what? I figured, why don't we keep it somewhat comic related, though? So I grabbed one that I knew had a couple, I guess, bangers in it. So we have Batman.
The bane of my childhood.
That's comic related right there. Look at that. I think certainly for this episode, everybody can enjoy some Turtles.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I have that in the box right here beside me.
Love that.
Yeah, let me see what else we got here. I guess this is more like loose. This is more movie related than comic, but still comic related somewhat. We have Mad Max, the original.
So, are all of our first gaming systems NES? Because that was my first gaming system.
We had Atari.
First one I remember.
Yeah, we had Atari. And actually, I got NES a lot later, which I've got several hundred games. And I think it's because I got it later. So everybody was into like Super Nintendo, and I got everybody's games. And then now everybody's looking for those games. So it's like in your face, everybody. And I think I don't know if this was the only one. Again, just happened to be in this box, but there's Ghostbusters 2. I'm not sure about the original. Was there a first Ghostbusters? Does anybody remember?
Yes. It was awful, but there was a first one.
I'm sure I've got that somewhere. And nope, that's the only comic-related games that I have in here.
You
I've
know
got
what
some
else
other
you
cool
have,
stuff.
Jeremy?
Total Recall. That's a good one.
You know what else you have?
What's that?
It's not in your possession, but you got this as well.
Ah, that's right.
Nice.
My favorite Nintendo game of all time, Star Tropics.
Yep.
Man. Look at that. That's awesome. But yeah, that's it. Again, there's some other stuff in here, but those are the only comic related ones, I think. I got Double Dribble, Top Gun, Tetris. It's no big deal. Atari 2600 for me. There you go. Yeah, Atari. Yeah, see, we started with Atari, and it was like combat. It was like the two tanks, and then you had a setting where the tank's bullets would like bounce off the wall. That kind of stuff, like Space Invaders, Pitfall.
We had
with the worst sounds.
We had TMNT, we had Mario, and I think we had Duck Hunter. And I don't know of anything else.
Oh, really?
Everything else we had was on Sega.
So, and actually, one of these, this was it says Ivan Iron Man Stewart Super Off Road. I remember this one we played the crap out of, and at the bottom, if you look, it says 4 players simultaneous action. This was like the only 4-player NES game I think that I had for a long time. And you had to have a special attachment so that you could have 4 people play at once. There you go. Yup.
Now I'm going to show you my dick. Tracy.
You need to get some of those Dick Tracy's from DJ Lynx, is what you need to get. I heard he's got a lot that he doesn't like.
But anyways, my only comic pickups for the week so far. Now yesterday I ordered the new Something Is Killing the Children. I got A Nice House by the Lake. I think I ordered the cover A for it, and then I got the Conjuring, which I'm really excited to read. I haven't really heard many things about it, so a lot of people I think are looking over it, but I hope that it's good.
I saw that today. I just didn't get it. I'm not huge into that kind of stuff.
This is the Walmart variant for Alien #1. I really like that cover.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice.
X-Men 1. This is the second print. I'm not a big fan of covers that have like speech bubbles on them. I don't really care for them too much. I'm like, do something cool with the cover and leave the speech for inside the book. Now, another really cool cover. This is a Marvel Snapshot of Captain America and the Falcon. This is #1. But I want you to look at Captain America. He looks kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, that's exactly what I can imagine him saying or doing.
I love it.
Remy.
This is another one that I got.
What does that say on the side? Supersized Star Wars. That's a lot.
Supersized Star Wars Saga Giant 50th Collector's Issue.
There you go.
Star Wars High Republic #3.
Is that a good series? I have the issue 1 Stephanie Hahn cover, but I never read it.
I love it. I mean, I've only bought up to issue 4, and I'm having to piece it together piece by piece. But I've really enjoyed what I've read so much so far.
Did you read Roar of the Bounty Hunters #1? Alpha.
I bought it, but I haven't read it yet. I've got so many that I have to read.
There's another one came out today, but it wasn't the Alpha one. It was a different one.
Yeah.
I read the Alpha one, and I thought it was really good.
Flash 764.
Oh, that was actually ass.
It was what?
It was ass. It was terrible.
Welcome to the channel.
This is Year of the Villain, Batman Who Laughs #4. This is an acetate cover. It's pretty neat. I mean, it's gimmicky, but it's still pretty cool. And then the same for this one. This is Catwoman 17, the Aztec cover for it. And when you open it up, she's got there's like all the classic Catwomen behind it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I see ass on that cover.
I remember last year when J. Scott Campbell did his whole Catwoman thing. There was like a couple of them that I wanted, but I didn't like any of the groups that he had. It was like you had to get them each individually and spend a lot, or they would have like packs. But then I look at it, I was like, well, I want to make my own pack. Why don't you let me pick, cover B and C, and then we'll just call it a day. I don't want the other ones. And it was like,
if I want to go
like how
with
they did that.
A female artist, cover artist, I like Adam Hughes a little bit more, and Art Germ a little bit more than J. Scott. But I like them both. I like them as well. So, yeah,
you like who?
I like Adam Hughes a little bit more, and Art Germ more than J. Scott.
Yeah, Art Germ's awesome with his.
He's one of my favorites. So
Warren Lau is one of my favorites too.
Yeah, well, I mean, you look at people like him and Art Germ and Del Otto, and they all, even Middleton, they all have this kind of super realistic look to their work, and I really, as an artist, I appreciate that. Knowing, oh my goodness, what happened?
He is pouring whiskey in his beer bottle.
That's the North Carolina way.
Wow.
It's a cold aluminum bottle. You think I'm going to waste that? No.
Now, yes, he can definitely draw the females, but when it comes to Marvel, he does DC characters. We all know this.
Yeah. Hey, look, it's Wonder Woman again. It's just a different Wonder Woman.
It's on a Marvel cover.
That is amazing, though, and I don't know if somebody's done a show on that, but here's an idea: they should do the progression of the art style, I guess, especially for females, because it's just incredibly different now. You know what I mean? That's something. You look at like the old Black Widow versus the new Black Widow, and it's like completely different.
Art Germ Catwoman and Adam Hughes Catwoman are the best in terms of how they look. For sure.
Yeah. So, Berk, since you're our guest tonight, you get to be in the hot seat.
All right, let's hear it.
What started your passion for Power Rangers?
Oh, okay. I like this question. All right, so I'm 33. So back in 1993, in the summer of 93, is when Power Rangers came out. And I was 5 years old at the time. Before that, I liked Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles came on when I was like 2. And so I watched I watched the movie, I watched the cartoons, we went to the movies. It got me into Taekwondo. So I was already doing Taekwondo. And then all of a sudden, a new TV show comes on. And now it wasn't just like Friday nights or Saturday mornings. It was on every single day after school, called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And I was the perfect age for it. I remember when the very first episode, the pilot, aired, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then the Green Ranger came on and stole the show. I was just at the perfect age to like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's into different things at different ages. And for me, I was 5 years old, the perfect age for Power Rangers. And I was already into, like I said, Taekwondo and Ninja Turtles and all that. It felt like the next step after Ninja Turtles, because Ninja Turtles after like 92, 93 kind of like died down a little bit. Like, you think about TMNT number 3 came out in 95 and the movie bombed. The Power Rangers, the movie, came out in 1995 and dominated. So I was just at like the right age at the right time.
See, I remember them coming out, and I was, I don't know how old I am now. I was born in 83. So I was a couple years older, and it was
38.
like uncool. Like, that was like Turtles were cool. You were okay to be into Turtles. And then it was like, if somebody heard that you were watching the Power Rangers, that was sorry. You were a leopard. stay over there or hang out with the girls or something like that. Like it was not. It was frowned upon, at least I know, for a certain amount of time.
So it's like when people were like frowning upon guys that listen to like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. It's like that, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, and I gave no crap for anyone.
I mean, when I was in high school, it was lame to listen to Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, but I will tell you this: if you sat in the parking lot with your window down and you were playing it, no guy would walk up to you, but all the girls would.
Yes, they would. Yes, I bet they did.
Heck yeah. I spent many a days listening to music I didn't like just for that fact.
Just for the girls. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Oh my goodness.
I want it that way.
So, being a Power Ranger fan, when you were taking Taekwondo, you said Taekwondo?
Mm-hmm.
Were you like one of the people that tried to emulate Tommy with all the noises and stuff and grunts that he makes?
So you actually are supposed to do that in Taekwondo anyways.
Yeah. It's called,
yeah. Like, I don't know. I agree. I was also Team NSYNC, but I love both. Yes. I mean, I did. And I also, after watching Power Rangers, I was like, when are we going to learn to do the flips and whatnot? And they're like, maybe next time. You know, we never learn them because, you know, you don't do flips in Taekwondo. That's gymnastics. So, yeah, I did want to do all that stuff, but I was never going to be able to do any flips or anything. But, yeah, I did try to emulate him with the billion roundhouse kicks in a row that he does. He did like 3 or 4 right in a row. And then as soon as he lands, he does another 3 kicks in a row. Like, he's just a baller. I was never going to be him, but I did want to be.
So let's take Power Rangers and TMNT out of the mix.
Okay.
We're just gonna hypothetically believe they never existed. What would be your next go-to?
We're talking comic book character?
Comic books, TV, like series, whatever.
So sports are going to be taken out of it too, then I'm assuming.
What is that?
Sports would be taken out too, because I'm assuming that's what everyone's next thing would be. So something after that. Okay, so obviously sports would be next. K-State football, basketball, and Royals baseball. 2015 world champs. No big deal. I don't know. I would probably say the Flash TV show. Obviously, the Flash is like one of my top 2 or 3 favorite characters. I wish it was more about Wally than Barry, but I think Grant Gustin has absolutely killed it as Barry. I'm sad to hear that the next season is going to be the last one, but the last few have been pretty bad. But overall, I love the Flash TV show. But if you're talking about as a kid, I really enjoyed watching Justice League Super Friends.
Okay.
I watch it every night at like 9 o'clock or 9:30 on Cartoon Network. That's why I'm a DC fan, because that was always on. And obviously we had the Batman animated series that I also watched. Batman the animated series is why I like Scarecrow as one of my favorite Batman villains. But I didn't really watch a ton of the X-Men show. It just didn't really.
I was gonna say, weren't a fan of the X-Men at all.
No, I didn't. That's why I don't pick up any X-Men now. I want to see all the movies. I've seen every one of them. I'm just not a huge X-Men comic book fan. You know,
I don't know if the movies help the fan base for X-Men.
No, they don't.
The cartoon, I mean, that was kind of.
I did like Gambit and Wolverine in the cartoon show, but that's it. So.
I was going to say, so you didn't like the X-Men cartoon, but you watched all the X-Men live action. So what you're telling us is you're into lame movies.
Sure. Sure. I don't know. I mean, they were like the only comic book movies at the time, right? Like you think about.
I remember, like, so when the X-Men movie came out, that was so exciting that they were finally doing it, and then it was like, you know, the story progressed. You get into 2, and they got you hyped up about the Phoenix, and then 3 was kind of like, that's where you That's where you took this. It was like, I mean, between the comics and the cartoon, I thought the cartoon at least did the Phoenix Saga some justice. It was like this movie, like, man, y'all are tearing this thing apart here. Like, I remember it was like red flags all over the place. Like everybody in the theater was like, foul. This is, move on to the next one. And you get another red flag. It's like, nah, we're done. You can't even make this appropriate at this point.
I agree with what Flash just said. The 90s Flash show, the John Wesley show, was really good. The only thing that I didn't like about that show is that the Flash, his costume looked like it was made out of like felt. It was like it had this sheen to it that I was.
Wait a minute, is it not really?
I mean, I don't know. Have you seen the real Flash before? Remy, do you have any questions for Bert?
No, I think you're doing a fantastic job. I just like talking about the X-Men. Go on. We can continue talking about 90s cartoons. I feel bad because he said that he was 5 when the Power Rangers hit. So it's like off the rip. We're not going to get into He-Man. We can forget about G.I. Joe. Like there's some the Thundercats. It's like,
See,
I did like Voltron a little bit before Power Rangers.
Well, and see that to me that was the original Power Rangers. Like I remember watching Power Rangers, and I was like, "This is Voltron. What are you?" But I mean, obviously Voltron was the cartoon, and
Bert, you drop stuff like that in the chat is disrespectful to the channel.
Why?
Mr. I don't like the Cardinals. Mr. Talk trash about. Come on now.
I didn't say anything about the Cardinals in the chat.
I know.
Don't forget Transformers. Yeah, Transformers was another one.
Unless you're a Yankees fan, you hate the Yankees. Am I right?
No.
Really?
I'm not a Yankees fan, but one of my favorite pitchers ever was Mariano Rivera.
I get what you're saying, Burke, though. That's kind of, I think every generation has it's like the Patriots or like the Cowboys or something. It's like when they rule a decade and then everybody either loves or hates them. And so
I definitely don't like the Cheaters.
Unless you're the Chicago Bulls. I think
true. Everyone did like them.
I think everybody liked the Bulls at some point.
I didn't. I mean, I hate Duke and North Carolina. I know that's your guys' favorites. I hate them. But
well, he hates Duke and North Carolina.
I thought we were going to talk about college basketball, and then he was like, "Well, if we eliminate those guys." Sorry.
It's because I respect your success.
Okay.
Which I'm assuming a lot of people hate Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City because of how good the Chiefs are.
They really weren't good last year in the Super Bowl.
Back-to-back Super Bowls.
That's true.
3 straight AFC Championship games.
What did
Tetris.
They don't have to be the Yankees. They're the Royals. They're better in the last 10 years.
Speaking of basketball, double dribble. Everybody remembers double dribble. Look at this guy. Look, a ginger dunking on everybody. You never see that anymore.
When that game was made, slam dunks were almost undoable.
Now, if we're going to talk about a real basketball game, everybody knows NBA Jam is where it was at. That was the game. You get two 2-on-2 games. He's on fire. That was it.
Oh my God, I love that game.
You get on fire with the finesse. Yeah. He just does a little finger roll in there. That was the best. He can't buy a bucket. Let's just get a soundboard of nothing but that game. That was the basketball game of all time.
I love that game. Yep. I love that game.
I know we're going a couple systems into the future from what I have here, but yes. And awkward silence. I was trying to key in back to the nerd. I was bringing us back to the nerd. The sports, the testosterone was going. We were talking about some pretty heavy stuff there. the aggression was starting to heat up in the chat, and I was trying to tone it back down. And so there you go.
I'd just like to point out that my wife is in the chat, so I have to behave myself now.
There you go. Hey, fellas. TJ wrote, damn those gingers.
I'm in a hot seat. What other questions you got for me then, Chris?
Another question. Okay. What comic character do you say you relate to the most? Now, this doesn't mean the character you like the most, but what character do you relate to the most?
That is a good question. Because if you had to ask me who my favorite is, obviously I'm going to say the Green Ranger, right? That's an obvious answer. And then obviously my second favorite would probably be Wally West, but I feel like I relate to him a lot. I'm slow as hell. He's obviously the fastest of all. But everything else, he's a dad, you know. He's not a scientist like Barry. I don't know. He's just like more grounded and get over here. I don't know. I'd say Wally West. Maybe Dick Grayson too. I don't know. I'm just naming more of my favorite characters that I like.
Nice.
They're more grounded characters. They're about the family. They're about doing the right thing. Except for when Tom King is writing them, of course. Any character that wears a tank top. Oh, amazing. I guess Red Hood then, right? No, yeah, I'd say Wally West or Dick Grayson probably. No, I really like Shazam too. Shazam is fun because he's a kid who's also a superhero, and as a teacher, I can relate to the whole kid thing. Like it's fun thinking about. Like I have a really good time watching like that movie and Power Rangers because it takes you back to feeling like you're a kid again.
You talking about the Shazam movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
an epic movie.
It's a family favorite over here. Yeah, that was a surprise, is what it was. I remember that was kind of like a Guardians of the Galaxy, where we didn't expect it to be as much fun as what it was. So, yeah,
they just taken out one single scene, and it would have been the perfect movie. I took my daughter to it in 2019. She was 4 at the time. So, I think it was a PG-13 movie, so maybe it wasn't the best decision. But she loved every part of the movie except for that one scene, which I'm sure you guys can think of what it is. It's the office scene where all the monsters show up and kill everyone. If they would have taken out that one scene, perfect movie. My daughter got scared there. But everything else, too long.
See, that was my favorite scene of the movie.
My favorite.
I kept thinking of RoboCop when Ed 209 shot the guy out of the window. It was like perfect.
My favorite scene. He's holding the staff. And he's like, everyone say my name, Billy. No, the word I say when I turn into this, and they all say Shazam, and they all turn into the Shazam family. I love that. I love that.
I kind of wish they would have had more screen time than just the 3 or 4 minutes they were in it. But
the family?
I get it. Yeah.
Oh no! See that? No, I thought it took away from Shazam. I mean, I get it, but it's still. I was like, you could have done this some other time. I think
there's gonna be a lot of Shazam family stuff in the next one, and then in the third one, I think that's when we're gonna get the Shazam versus Black Adam one. I said they were building up the whole family thing, and then at the end they all turn into the Shazam family. Then we'll probably get it almost the whole movie for the second movie, and then I think by the third movie, then it'll just be Shazam against Black Adam, which would be amazing. What's up? Zachary Levi is a perfect casting. I agree.
Yeah, he was awesome.
He was definitely good.
What's up, Panda?
Oh, Panda's in the chat. What's up, Panda?
Did you use that hydrant?
Do what?
Did he use that hydrant to go to the bathroom?
Okay, so Remy has just left the chat. or left the show. There he
You
is.
asked,
He's
you
back.
asked me who I relate to the most. What comic book character do you feel like you relate to the most?
Who, me?
Yeah. Oh my
And
god.
that's Zachary Levi signature, and he wrote Shazam on it.
Oh my god. I'm
So,
so
yeah, I got that for Angel. She was because of the movie, obviously. Yeah.
I'm really jealous.
Uh,
I have a raw copy that I got from Lowe's. That's like a 7.0, I'd say, maybe 6.5. I'm not gonna grade it because it's so low, but I got a copy. So.
I almost got something that had like more of Zachary Levi on it, because it's like they had a few of them where it was like a movie take on it, and then I was like, nah, I don't have the heart to do it. I was because I like the old school comics, so I was like, I'm gonna at least get this. I was like, I tried to hunt that one down. So,
Okay, what character do you relate to the most? Sorry, Chris.
Character I relate to the most. Although I know what Remy's response is going to be to this for me. Although I haven't read a lot of his story, I think I relate closest to the Punisher, in the fact that one of the things that I value the most is my family, and a lot of the times in my own head, yeah. See, I don't have anything cool like that to show off, but
Amazing.
Well, I guess the way I would justify that answer is the fact that I think Frank Castle, in his mind, what he does is right, but even though it's not right for everybody, and a lot of the times I feel like when I make decisions, it's the right decision, even though it may not be right in everybody's eyes.
Sure.
So now I'm not nearly as aggressive as he is by any means. I'm not, I have imagined snapping people's necks before, but I've never done it.
Sure.
So I guess, yeah, if I had to say one character I would relate to, it would be him.
I love both of the seasons of The Punisher on Netflix. If you've never seen it, as soon as we're done here, get on Netflix, stream both seasons of The Punisher. It is one of my favorite TV shows of all time.
yeah, I didn't watch it.
Well, you're going to have to do that.
We just finished it, and it was, in my opinion, for the Netflix shows that are out, it's probably one of, or if not the best. Now, I also will say this in the same breath. I enjoyed the Luke Cage shows when they were doing those.
Oh, nice.
But I like the whole take they had on Cottonmouth and the whole first season of Luke Cage. I thought it was an excellent take on him. So Punisher would definitely outweigh it, but I did like the Luke Cage one. Jessica Jones was good. I'm just starting to rewatch Daredevil. The first season was kind of a snore for me, but the second season it picks up. But then again, second season is when Punisher shows up. So,
you know who sent this to me?
Do what?
You know who sent this to me?
No clue.
I don't know either. I love it.
I remember you opening it up. I can't recall who it was though, because you didn't. That's the one you didn't know who sent it to you, right?
So Panda sent it to me, but he got it from someone else. He has no idea who sent it to us.
Yeah.
Kick ass, yeah. I remember being in it was a LCS in Virginia, and the guy was telling me about Kick Ass, and I was just asking him. I was like, "Hey, what's new that's coming out? Do you have any recommendations?" And he's like, "Oh, you should check this out." And he was like, they're going to make a movie about it, and he told me the story, and I was like blown away by it. And then I got like 5 or 6 issues, whatever they had for that run, and loved it. And then the movie, I thought the movie was pretty good too. They did change a few things, like the other guy, the Crimson guy. You know, he was a lot cooler in the comics, but still, I enjoyed the movie too. So I have a problem with that.
Speaking of Virginia, I just found out that there's a new comic shop that opened up like 20 minutes from me.
Oh, you got to go. You're going north though.
Yeah, I got to go north to go to it though.
Yeah.
But
fill up on gas when you're there and grab a couple books, and there you go.
From what I hear, it's pretty good. I mean, they even have tankers that everybody's looking for. They had that. I don't know if they still do, but
yeah, I got sent the first one, and actually, I haven't gotten a chance. I heard it was really good. I haven't gotten a chance to look into it yet, but I've heard that it's hard to get a hold of. DJ Lynch was talking about it on his show the other day.
Let's talk about it.
We hate going anywhere.
Yeah. It is. So when I was in Virginia, I remember it was Fredericksburg, Virginia. It was like right in between Richmond and DC. And you would have folks equally travel into my town for whatever reason. Like if they were looking for something specific, they wouldn't mind driving, an hour or something. We'd have folks from Maryland come down. I come down to North Carolina, and the town that is maybe 15 or 20 minutes away, no, we're not going there. We're not even going to the other side of town. I remember an old lady one time telling me, like, I live across town. It's not easy for me to travel here. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute, what? And then sure enough, a couple years in, and I'm like, oh, I'm not moving anywhere, man. Like, this is it. Like, I got my stores right here and here and here. And then anything else, I'll skip it because I'm not traveling. So, yep, I don't know what it is. It gives you like a lazy bone. Like, you can't move. Can't go.
That's why I'm looking forward to going to Orlando at the end of the month, because I know they've got comic stores galore down there. So I'm really looking forward to checking those out.
The last time that we went to, we went to New York and then we stopped in Scranton, PA. That video that I did, that was the first time that we've ever, when we were out of town, looked for a comic book shop. I don't know why, but it just never occurred to me to like go out of my way to see what else was there. That was the first time I was like, all right, we're gonna stop somewhere. It just happened to be at in Scranton, so that was kind of like dual purpose, but still.
So Berk, how far did you say you had to drive your LCS?
An hour. So okay, so here's the thing.
So you're an hour to work and an hour to the LCS. You're just like in the other town.
But they're in the same town.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're in the same town. So
is this like a small town deal?
What?
Do you just live in like a small town? Is it just like a small town thing? And so like
I live in Manhattan, Kansas, or just right outside Manhattan. 50,000 people. Very small for Kansas. We had 4 comic book stores in the last 5 years, open and close.
Oh wow, okay.
So I work in Topeka, which if people know their geography, social studies, all that stuff. Topeka is the capital of Kansas. There's 4 comic book stores there.
Hold on. I know a lot about Topeka.
Topeka is the capital of Kansas.
Anyway, I can spell it as well.
That's where I work, is in the capital at one of the high schools. And there's 4 comic book stores there. One is the best. That's the one I go to. That's where they're going to have the Crane signing in 3.5 weeks. And so it does suck that I got to go, an hour to the closest comic book store. But it does help that it's in the same town as where I work. So that's helpful.
Huh. That's cool. So you usually hit it up like after school or something?
Well, I try to, but their hours, they're open 11 to 2 and 5 to 8. And so, like, I have to, like, message one of the workers to see if he can open for me, or I try to run there as fast as I can on my lunch break.
I was going to say, like a lunch break run.
I get 30 minutes. So I can't eat lunch if I go there. So I have to drive straight there, be in there for less than 5 minutes to get my books, and drive back. And I'm there barely in time to get back for the next class.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
But over the summer, I can be there, ride it open, hang out for an hour or so, whatever, which is nice. It would be nice if it was in town, not in Topeka.
So I know that when I was participating in the new comic book day, the shop that I was going to was very heavily stocked. And for whatever reason, I would get there with like the anticipation of them opening the doors like there was a rush. There wasn't a rush, and it was, it was so stupid. Like I went there and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna grab," and it was like so casual, and people just kind of you're browsing. And the only thing I didn't like is the way that they had the new section, they would always have like sprinkled in whatever last week was. And if you weren't paying attention, you know what I mean? Like I was trying to figure out, like just find my way around it. I remember it took me a couple times to just kind of like get the lay of the land, I guess. But as far as like folks having to fight over books, I know I've heard a lot of people talk about that. And like as long as it was on Wednesday, usually they would have it. So I think we lucked out with that.
Your response to Mark Spector was great.
He says he can't get from one shop to the other in 10 minutes.
Now see the shop that you go to, Jeremy. It's actually a pretty nice shop.
Now you talking about Sailfish?
Yeah. Now they've got 3 of those locations in North Carolina. One's in Winston, one is in Greensboro, and the other one is in Concord.
Yeah. The Winston one's nice. I don't know if you've been to that one. The only thing ironically, what's not nice about it is any of the back issues. Like they've got that small little station, which of course is like my wheelhouse. But as far as the new stuff, I mean, they're always stocked up on that. Like I feel bad. Like I don't like if I could organize it and logistically figure it out. I know people are looking for books, and there's been a couple times I would hit up like the Berk chat, and they'd be like, "Hey, is somebody looking for this?" And just so happens like we would have a bunch of them, but again, just kind of working that out's always been difficult for whatever reason. So,
how far away do you guys live from each other?
About an hour.
You guys hung out in person yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're dangerous to get together in person.
No.
You sound like me and Panda.
That's why C2E2 is going to be so great.
Yeah.
All of us together. Oh, it's going to be a mess.
Yeah, it's going to be a mess.
As of right now, I'm not going, but that may change. You guys want to hear some breaking news though? I mean,
that was breaking enough. It broke my heart.
I mean, all the cool kids are doing it.
Finally, yeah, they are. I guess I'm not cool. CGC finally received my order of my 5 BerkFam signed variants to be yellow label. And it says on the CGC website, it says Signature Series Modern. So they got it as Signature Series. So we'll see what happens. So. Oh my God.
Remy and Chris get together, the sun is in trouble.
Oh shoot.
I typically just absorb all of the sun. It's ridiculous.
Come into a storage unit near you. See, the first time Jeremy and I ever met, we met at this guy. It was shady as hell, all get out. But we met at this guy's storage unit, and we asked him beforehand. We were like, "Hey, is it okay if we film?" He was like, "Sure. I just don't want you to say where I'm at," which I kind of get. But then at the same time, you're like, "What is it? What exactly is it that if you're trying to sell stuff, don't you want people to know where you're at?"
Yeah.
Right.
And then we went in, and it's hotter than hell in there.
Yeah. And it was a storage unit. It was the middle of summer.
Yeah. We were both pouring sweat. And he says, "These books over here are $5. These are $1. These are $2. And anything else, just ask me."
No.
Really cool guy. But it was.
I remember you and Stacy were amazed at my stack. So I had a big stack, and then he rang it up, and he's like, "All right, that'll be was like $48 or something. You're like, what? Like,
Yeah.
You guys expected I was like $100 deep in there.
And I had a smaller stack, and he looked at mine and goes, $60. And I'm like, why are you charging him less than me? And he goes, shh.
Wow. You know what's funny though? This guy was hilarious because there were a couple books that he had in there. And that was his go-to. Like if it was priced higher, he would pull something out and he'd be like, "Oh, what do you think about this?" And because he had a couple like specialty things, and he was like, "Oh, this is like $30." And I remember I was like, "Well, yeah, I found it somewhere. I picked it up a month ago. It was actually like 15." And he was like, "Shh," like that was his out of like trying to overcharge for that particular book. But I mean, there was a lot of good. I mean, awesome selection. It really was. We had fun doing that, and I thought the footage came out really good too.
And then we had Mellow Mushroom.
Yep.
So I know this isn't the Jeremy and Chris story at all, but the second time we met was a little less desirable because Jeremy helped with a project that my mother-in-law had, where we went to a food pantry and we were filling grocery carts for people that couldn't afford to buy food. And
100 times hotter than the storage unit.
Yes, it was so much hotter than the storage unit. We had this bossy lady that was in charge of everything. And then she tried to get me to move a box of bananas. And she failed to mention the fact that they were rotten. So I picked the box of bananas up and they all fell through and it was just liquefied. And I'm standing there gagging, and Jeremy walks up and goes, "I'll get it."
That was the best though, because it was like they had, so many different items. It was like 50 different items, and they're like, all right, put two of these in there. So it's like 2 apples, 2 oranges, a thing of pasta. It was like all these different things. Well, eventually you start running out of stuff. And then they were like, all right, we'll fill the bags. And so then we had to compromise. And between like 5 or 6 of us trying to figure out how much an orange is worth versus like a package of noodles. Yeah, I was like, there's no comparison. We were trying to like work it out in our heads. It's like, okay, everybody gets a lemon. Like there's not much you can do with a lemon. And I was like, all right, well, they didn't get this, so give them an extra lemon. And it was like, well, we could do with a lemon, like so you get a bag of like 5 lemons in there. It's like, man.
Okay.
That was fun. That was
you guys are too much. You guys are too much. I love it.
But the greatest thing about that whole day was afterwards we went hunting for some comics, and that was the day that Jeremy found the first appearance of Baby Gambit.
Yep, that's true.
And he paid what, $1.25
$1.25, yeah, something like that. It's unbelievable.
For what?
It was X-Men annual with Baby Gambit's first appearance.
X-Men Annual 14?
Yes.
Yeah. Found it in a $1 bin.
Yeah, that's gonna be it's gotta be going for like $50 right now, right?
Yeah, it's up there right now. But so is all the other X-Men.
I mean, pretty much any book, right?
Yeah.
Was it in high grade?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, for $1, I'm not going to complain. I mean, even what I mean. I figured it. Like it's one of those.
What, about an 8.0, 8.5
at least? Yeah.
So, I mean, you're looking at $100 book right there.
I was again $1.25. I even remember coming back with a stack, and I did a video, and I was like, "This one I left the price on." I just showed everybody. Like,
you guys ever see that? I'm sure you've heard me tell the story, but I did an unboxing or a haul video where I went to vintage stock, which is like a Hastings. It's like Second Charles. It's like all that kind of stuff, buy, sell, trade, all that stuff. They had $1 bins for all this DC Rebirth, right? They had tons of stuff. Batman, Flash, Superman. So I'm going through it. And I'm like, okay, I picked up a big stack of Wonder Woman because they're $1 each, but then they were 50% off, so 50 cents each, right? And I'm go to register, and there was like 2 people in front of me, and I was like, wait a second. I remember seeing Teen Titans in there. I go back. Teen Titans 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get to number 11. The next one, Teen Titans 12 is in there.
Oh,
for $1.
Wow.
50 cents. I pick it up. I buy it. First appearance of the Batman Who Laughs, so people don't know. And I was like, this is amazing. And I was like, well, should I keep this at an amazing price? And I'm like, I kind of want to give it to one of my friends. So I gave it to D-Rom Comics. This was like 2 years ago. I didn't realize that he had already gotten one. He sent them both off to CGC. Both came back in 9.6. He gave me back the one I gave him.
oh, that's cool.
9.6 Teen Titans 12 for 50 cents.
That's awesome. That's a cool story, though. Okay, I thought you were gonna say he got the second one and like just gave it away.
Oh, raffle this one. No, dude.
Look at this sweet book. Awesome.
It was really cool, man. I did not expect it. It was awesome.
That's cool, though.
So-
That's cool that he got it graded and it came back, and
So is
then
it,
you.
It's this one right here.
so is it safe to say that that's your favorite dollar bin book?
Yeah, definitely. This would be it, followed by Batman #1 from the New 52, same place, in the Benz for cover price, $2.99,
Can't beat that.
and it was
Wow.
I bought 1 through 12, and they're all like 9.8 candidates. Never pressed #1. Sent it to CGC. Came back at 9.8. I don't think it's up there. No, it's in the case somewhere.
Well, since we're on it, Remy, what is your favorite dollar bin book that you've bought?
I know my biggest disappointment was that Walking Dead I sent you a picture of. That was at McKay's in the bottom, and it was a loose with no bag or board, and it was an Image First, but that corner was covered up, and I looked down, and I mean, like literally, it would have been like if you're digging your backyard and there's a treasure chest. Like I went, and then like I pulled it out, I was like, Image First, and I remember sending you a picture. I was like, Chris, look at what I found, and you were like, that's still a pretty good find. Like even that, in itself is valuable, but I just remember like I don't know that instant flash where you look down and you're like, oh, there's $100 bill on the ground. It's like man.
Yeah.
I got my Raph #1 right there. That's in a 9.2. I got it raw. $45 shipped.
Nice.
This is obviously way before the whole Team and T craze. So.
Yeah. I missed out on one for there was a Facebook auction, and I want to say it was a similar thing. I think it went for, it was like $40 or something. And I remember at the time I got excited because I was like, oh, this is cool. Didn't think that it not necessarily like wasn't thinking about the value or anything, but I just thought, oh, well, I like Raph and that's really neat. And it's missed. Yeah.
That's crazy. I got this Team and T Adventures 9.4 right there. $10
Oh, nice.
before the whole craze.
Nice. Your whole wall is filled with some bargains there. That's like your bargain wall, man. Yeah,
it is. It's no, some of them are more pricey. But I did get this Wolverine #1. That's a 9.4 raw, $24.
Wow, nice. That's the one that I have. I've been too afraid to send to CGC for about 20 years now. So.
What's up, Lee? Tyler? Whoever's
What's going
on? What'd it do?
I think my favorite, I've got two that are kind of tied. Same place Jeremy found the Cable or the Baby Gambit book. I bought 3 copies of the first battle between Wolverine and Deadpool. It's the cover where Wolverine's got Deadpool through his claws above his head.
Mm-hmm.
I bought each of those for 25 cents a piece. And then my other one, I got He-Man and the Masters of the Universe #1 for $1.
Didn't you get a Weapon X there too?
Yes.
Or was that somewhere else? I remember you picking up a Weapon X.
The first
somewhere.
appearance of Weapon X. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same place.
Yeah.
I need some more of those, man. It's been a while. I feel like since I got one of those crazy deals on a book. It's been a long time.
The place that we like to go to, I mean, they just have so much. It's like you have to be able to take some time to really dig into it.
Sure.
And that's the thing is like, unfortunately, yeah, you know, I got kids or something. You know what I mean? It's like I've got limited time, so
You about have to go by yourself to do it.
Yeah, it's like you got to have a day and you got to go by yourself because I know, especially the way that McKay's is set up. I mean, they'll have 3 or 4 short boxes of Marvel that's just new books that came in, and then they'll have DC that's the same thing, and then they have each character separated. And I mean, it's a huge line that you could just spend hours digging through, and who knows what you'll. I mean, like we said, I mean, we'll just find whatever in there, but it's like you got to be able to commit some time to really dig through there and see what they got.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, they recently bought or had a new collection come in, and it was a bunch of Silver and Bronze Age books. Thor, a bunch of DC Silver and Bronze, and then Incredible Hulk. And I remember when they first got it, I told Jimmy I was going to look through it, and I got there and I'm fanning through the Hulks, and they've got 170, 171, 172, 73, 74. We're talking all the way up to 179, and then it was missing 180 and 181, and then they had 182, 183, 184.
Did you get the 182?
No, I didn't.
Oh man!
The unfortunate thing was the 182 was probably, I'd say, a 4035. It was beat up. Which had they had the 181 or the 180 in that grade, I would have bought it hands down.
Right.
Because I mean, you're going to make your money on even a 2.0 181. So I didn't buy them. I was a little disappointed. I should have, but you live and learn.
I could have bought a 4.0 raw. It was missing a Marvel value stamp for $1,000 about a year and a half ago. Didn't pull the trigger. Obviously, I wish I would have now because that probably is like a $2,500 to $3,000 book.
Yeah, I'm still looking to pull the trigger on a 361 ASM. I gotta buy one.
I had one in a 9.8 newsstand signed. My card died 2 years ago. I had to sell a whole bunch of stuff. Thankfully, a lot of people in the community helped buy it. Like Karate Kevin bought it from me. He gave me $300 cash. He gave me this 9.0 back newsstand signed in exchange for the 9.8. And I'm like, I made out like a bandit, right? I still got a book in exchange. And this turned too much. And I still got $300 in cash. Well, now that book blew up, and I wish I would have done that.
I don't care. I honestly don't care what grade. I mean, I guess I do care what grade it is, but like mid-grade to upper, I don't care.
Right.
I had it when I was a kid. If you watch the episode of 3 Up, 3 Down that I did with Freaky Louie and Nick, I talked about that book where I had it when I was a kid, and I didn't know the significance of it, and it became detached from the cover. Like, it was just beat up. And this was before I was, when you're 10 years old, the least bit of priority that you have is to store your comic books correctly. So it got beat up and tore up, and I threw it away. And I kick myself all the time ever since then. But
so my low grade beauty 1.0. This is it right here.
Amazing.
It's the best one that I've got. The best slab in my collection. I love it.
I used to have that watch from MP12. Used to have it, but I wasn't a huge fan of the story, so I sold it.
I mean, the certificate of authenticity on the back.
That's amazing. Amazing.
All right. Nice.
Well, guys, we are approaching the hour and 15-minute mark, so I don't want everybody to get bored with us, and Jeremy picks up a cleaver. So we're gonna get our guests first. Steve, tell us what you've got going on with your channel, some things you got coming up. Let the audience know.
So I'll drop a shorts later of that new comic book haul that I showed off. I'll do that later tonight. Tomorrow we got that Thursday night chat, which you two are invited to. I apologize for not inviting you earlier. I apologize.
I was going to throw the invite, neither one of us.
So
hey guys, you got to jump on here. Like, you can't do it, man.
I'll probably have a top 5 or top 10 video on Friday or Saturday. Hopefully I get some more stuff in. I'm missing 2 mail calls still. I feel like I've been missing them for like 2 or 3 weeks now. So hopefully those come in. I pre-ordered a 9.8 and another one is just a big box of comics that I ordered, and I think there's I don't know, but hopefully that comes in soon too. So those are what I have for sure. Tuesday we got the members only live stream. We're gonna tell some stories.
Oh goodness.
Some not suitable for work stories, and I'll show up the Berk box, and we're gonna do some giveaways that everyone, no matter the tier, is entered to win just for the Berk fam on Tuesday.
Nice. Nice. And in case somebody wants some information on the Berk fam, go to BerkFamily54Comics and check it out.
You guys
I
both.
was going to say, Chris and I both are members of the Berk fam, and yeah, absolutely.
I keep cutting you off. I'm sorry.
No. So just saying, I love it. If anything, I very sincerely, and I've said it before, I put all other channel memberships like that. That's to the test. It's like, how good is it going to be compared to the Berk fam? And again, we've had several that have failed. So poo poo on you guys. You know who you are.
Yes. I have yet to announce that, but yes, starting Monday, we're going to have a new show, a weekly show on my channel. And DJ Links is the first one. I tried to get Chris, but he said he wasn't big enough to be the first one.
I'm not.
I'm going to announce that very soon, either tonight or tomorrow. Thank you, Freaky. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Jeremy. You guys have both won a Berk box too, and so is DJ Links.
Mm-hmm. We are both Berk box winners, and they were amazing.
Yep.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate hearing that. I got a good sponsor for sure, and then I try to throw in a couple other books that I hope people will like. So,
the funny thing was, the Berk box that I won, it was like a day or two before I won it. I was telling Jeremy, I was like, dude, I missed out on that Berk exclusive. I really wanted that one. And he was like, yeah, I think he's got some, but I don't think they're 9/8 candidates. And I was like, that's okay, I don't care. And then that night, lo and behold, I won the Berk box, and
sure enough, won it. Yep.
I know Jeremy was telling me, he's like, yeah, I'm really glad Chris won, because he was saying he was sad he missed out on the variant. So
yeah. Well, and it's nice too, because I know that like mine had a bunch of different turtle variants to it, which I don't even know if you can find them anymore. And I mean, not like, I've got to be like everybody else, but certainly everybody on the channel had them, because when they came out, everybody was jumping on them. So it's like, I've seen these, and now it's like, I actually got one. So it's cool. It was like, I mean, I got some books, especially like the newer books. Like, I love getting new books, because I don't buy a lot of new books for myself. So when I can get these things, especially the variant stuff, it's awesome. It's always a treat, because it's something that I know that I won't get for myself, and so it's great.
Very cool. So, Jeremy, what do you have going on your channel, sir?
We are still pending our big giveaway announcement. Angel and I were going to do it Sunday. Kind of ran into some family issues, so we were unable to do it then. We will do it this week, and again, I think it's going to be probably at the 2-week mark. We're going to have a big giveaway. So we're going to do an announcement. It'll be kind of how to win. We'll have some certain parameters around that, and it should be a lot of fun.
It's really cool. I'm looking forward to that. I always look forward, even though she was really pissed off when she didn't get on the Let's Roast Jeremy episode, I still look forward to seeing you and Angel when you do lives and videos together. It's great.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we've been trying to do some more together, so hopefully we can have some more. That was not what the original intent for the channel was, and that's just what it developed into. And I feel better when the two of us are able to do this stuff. So
I got to get my wife back on here pretty soon to get her on to do a video again. It's been a minute since she's been on here.
See, after the statement she made about you this past weekend, I don't know, like, about the side piece. Sorry, if you don't know.
What a meanie, right? Right?
That was
she
awful.
thought she was so funny saying that. She really did.
Oh, that was awful, man. I read it out loud with my wife sitting beside me. She goes, "Did she really say that?" And I said, "I'm just reading to you."
Oh yeah, she totes said that. She totes said that. Yeah, but you know what though? I'd rather marry up than marry down. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, I guess as far as my channel, I can't promise draw art with the professor on Saturday. I'm going to try to do that. My daughter is going out of town with her mom on Saturday on vacation, so I may have her. I'm not sure quite what time I've got to drop her off yet. But next Monday, you have the first episode of a new show that I will be doing with Roscoe called Between the Lines. It is going to be a fun show. It's going to be an interesting show, kind of different than what you're used to. But love to see you guys come out for that. Roscoe's really excited. We're trying to get him some more screen time, coax him into doing some more videos for his channel. So I figured this would be a great way for him to start, going towards that. Also have the Comics Curing Cancer coming up in July 30th and 31st. Remy, I know you're going to jump on. And
yeah.
Steve, if you would like to be on, we'd love to have you.
All right. Well, I'll do my best. I mean, I'm off over the summer, so.
It's 24 hours, so you just jump on when you want to and off when you want to.
I will most likely be able to get on.
And Chris, just so you know, again, no progress on the Juggernaut because you're not doing your show. And the only time I draw is when it's your show. So I want you to know you're hindering my artwork from being completed.
Okay. You got me.
I'm not gonna. No, you do it. You do what you're gonna do. It's your show. I'm not trying to pressure you.
I will be on Saturday. I don't
I'm
want
just
to hinder
saying.
anybody.
I know that everybody misses it, and I'm stuck. I can't do it. I can't do it.
So, chat, if you are here tonight and you are not subscribed to BerkFamily54Comics, please go over to his channel, subscribe to it, consider
join the membership as well.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Consider joining the Berk fam. It is, if nothing else, it is worth your money just for the chat.
Right. It is a good time.
It is. Every now and again I get to pull my phone out at work and see the like 67 chat messages that I've missed from that chat, but it will definitely give you something to watch.
I haven't been able to even jump it. It's been several weeks since I've really been able to dive into the chat, but I still will pull it up at work, and you know what I mean, or if I get a break or something, and I'm flipping through it, and it's fantastic. So yeah, even trying to catch up, it's definitely interesting. So
also subscribe to the man in the Dragon Ball Z hat, Remy Q Studios. And if you want to be a guest on the show, please shoot either myself or Remy a message on Instagram, Remy Q Studios, or CardboardCrazies Comics. Would love to have you on for an episode. We want to say thank you to Berk for joining us tonight. I was thinking a few minutes ago when you said you were going to do a top 10. You know what your top 10 should be this week?
What should it be?
Top 10 characters who didn't have sleeves.
That would be a great top 10.
Definitely.
Sleeveless top 10. Dang. I gotta start coming up with some. A lot of shirtless guys.
Yeah, but
I
they have to
don't know if
wear.
there's sleeveless.
They have to wear a shirt, but it has to be Thor. Thor did
Juggernaut
not have
was
sleeves.
sleeveless, right? Juggernaut was sleeveless. He had
Juggernaut
the
was sleeveless.
and then he had a band, armband, and the fist band, but he was sleeveless.
I feel like there's a whole bunch. I feel like I'll be able to find some.
Yeah. Well, and there was a Hulk for a while. I know he was rocking like a he had like the wife beater on for a little bit.
Did he really?
Well, yeah, there was a little bit. He was
Hawkeye in Avengers wasn't wearing sleeves.
Just a thought.
Oh, I mean, Wolverine never wears sleeves in his movies, so
Yeah, he's always walking around in a wife beater in the movies.
he is.
Even in the comics though, did he had like a shoulder thing and then it ended and he had the glove, but it's still no sleeve, right? I don't think there was a sleeve on there.
Thanos didn't wear sleeves.
True.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight for Let's Talk About It. Next week, we will be on Remy Q Studios channel. And do you want to go ahead and announce who we're going to have as our guest?
Comic Man Andy is going to be coming on.
We will have Comic Man Andy.
Yeah, he's
live
amazing.
right now, actually.
And then for the following week, I'm going to try to get somebody that you all are familiar with. I haven't talked much about it with him yet, but he is on my docket, and he knows that I'm coming for him. So hopefully he will be agreeable with that. So anyways, anybody got anything else to say?
I'm ready for Fat Boy Summer. Oh, shoot.
So, guys,
I got nothing.
All right. Well, if all, as they say in church, if all hearts and minds are clear with the congregation, we will adjourn this meeting. Thank you so much for watching. Be a blessing to somebody today. Most importantly, I hope you are blessed. We'll see you next time.